joining me this morning. And today we want to talk about is this idea of holy darkness. And it's an interesting concept, right? So we're kind of hitting a holy darkness part 2 here in the story. Now, what does that mean? Well, the original creation story comes out of a holy darkness. The first thing created light. Obviously, that connected, to be a counter to the whole idea of darkness. And what's fascinating to me is really thinking through life and understanding holy darkness and understanding it not just as this one-time event over here with the creation story, but understanding it as something we go through again and again and again and again and again in our lives. There's a clear cycle here where we go through a holy darkness, things break, things fall apart, uh, and then life moves on, and then it continues to grow, and then we'll hit another phase of holy darkness. Now, of course, the point of life is not to use to build your pessimism muscles at all. It's not about that. It's just about understanding that there are seasons of life: winter, spring, summer, fall. There are seasons, and there's night and there's day, and that, as God said, like, both are good. Like, there are things we learn in holy darkness that we don't learn anywhere else. And that's where we pick back up the story today. So the story today is continuing on with Adam and Eve here, and this is this part of the story which we started touching on last week, where they get kicked out of the garden. So life has been a certain way, sort of this idyllic state, this paradise, so to speak, and then that shifts and that changes. And I think we all get that, right? I think we've all had those times, those things, or those relationships that we thought, oh, this is just it. And then life, right? And then life. And there's this period of holy darkness. There's this period of when things fall apart, but at the same thing, things often, usually unbeknownst to us, are being rebuilt at the same time. So today I wanted to handle it just a little bit differently. So I sort of want to take a little bit of a time out here and to play for you one of my favorite little interviews from Rachel Naomi Remen, talking about the Jewish concept of Tikkun Olam, which is a wonderful word. And if I was a high school teacher right now, I would say, please say it with me, Tikkun Olam. Beautiful word. And I think a lot of you will find it to be very, very poignant. You'll find it to be very much, oh yeah, I get that. We see echoes of that. We see echoes of it in the creation story. We're going to see echoes of it here with Adam and Eve being kicked out of the garden. We see it over and over and over again. This cycle that starts with holy darkness. And I just find it just one other sort of spiritual tool for holding this stuff. So it's only a couple minutes long. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play it for you in audio form. And what I'm going to ask us all to do is to just listen very gently to it. And you can go ahead and you can close your eyes. So let's just do that. Let's just get our eyes closed here. And just listen to Rachel Naomi Remen, the story of Tikkun Olam.
In the beginning, there was only the holy darkness, the Ein Sof, the source of life. And then in the course of history, at a moment in time, this world, the world of 1,000 things, emerged from the heart of the holy darkness as a great ray of light. And then, perhaps because this is a Jewish story, there was an accident. And the vessels containing the light of the world, the wholeness of the world, broke. And the wholeness of the world, the light of the world, was scattered into 1,000 fragments of light. And they fell into all events and all people, where they remain deeply hidden until this very day. Now, according to my grandfather, the whole human race is a response to this accident. We are here because we are born with the capacity to find the hidden light in all events and all people, to lift it up and make it visible once again, and thereby to restore the innate wholeness of the world. This is a very important story for our times. And this task is called Tikkun Olam in Hebrew. It's the restoration of the world. Right. And this is, of course, a collective task. It involves all people who have ever been born, all people presently alive, all people yet to be born. We are all healers of the world. And that story opens a sense of possibility. It's not about healing the world by making a huge difference. It's about healing the world that touches you, that's around you. Rachel Naomi Lemon. Hear more at onbeing.org.
Isn't that beautiful? Man, I love that. And the idea that there's this light, and the light has fallen into all of us. It's fallen into all of you watching, a unique piece of light. And that our job is to discover that light in each other, to know that it has fallen into each other, and to like pick up those pieces and start to bring them back together. And as we all well know, in some ways, the easiest way to see a spark of light is at night, right? That's the stars. And that's what we're to think about, with Tikkun Olam and the idea of the holy darkness. So the story does take a really bad turn right here, and it's this is where Adam and Eve get kicked out of the garden, and it's so easy, folks. I think to use this as like, well, look at humanity, the craziness of it all, and there is a lot of craziness in humanity, and there is a lot of feeling that there's a lot of darkness right now. And maybe if Tikkun Olam is true, there's also these little pieces of light that we will come to recognize more and more. I think that is our hope, and I think that is our prayer. So, with that, friends, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little meditation now, and the meditation will be followed by a prayer and a blessing, and then we'll say hi to everyone out there on social media. So, with that, friends, let's get a little breath. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, friends. Well, wishing you all the very best. And if you would like to leave a little social media comment, again, as I was saying last week, it was kind of interesting. On Sunday, I was getting comments from old services that I'd done, and I do enjoy that a great deal. And I love hearing from you folks all the time because you always have such great thoughts. So even if you're watching this, as most people do, later on in the week, feel free to leave a comment. And if I catch it on my social media stuff, I will be good to go and replying right away to you. So let's take a look here. So Kim writes, good morning, and good morning to you, Kim. Hope you're doing well. Linda, good morning to you, my dear friend. I got your note, and I'll send you a response later on this afternoon. Kim, write, Kim writes, please pray for my roommate Carol, who's undergoing a procedure today. Wrap her in healing prayers. Absolutely, well, Kim, and just for all of you folks, yeah, if there's anybody we can pray for, like, please let us know. We will definitely be keeping her in our prayers. Kaya, great to see you joining us in the morning, and thank you for being here with us. Sherry, good morning. Yeah, let's do have a great week. I'm just listening here. I don't know if you could hear it in the background, but it's beautiful out here in the Lancaster area. And boy, the birds today are really something else, sounding just beautiful out there. Martha, good morning to you, my friend. And Paige, good morning to you as well. Melissa writes, good morning, beautiful thought. Yeah, Melissa, like Rachel Naomi Reynolds, one of my favorites. I highly recommend the book, My Grandfather's Wisdom. And she's even better hearing her speak. Like some people write, well, my judgment, right? Some people write really well and speak even better. And I think she is one of those. Betty writes, good morning. Where there is darkness, let there be light. Have a blessed week, everyone. Yeah. And Betty, don't you kind of wonder, like, where there is darkness, there is light? I mean, it's just interesting. There's very few occasions, unless you're in a cave, where we're places where there's absolutely no light. And somehow the light is even more profound, in those darker moments. Linda writes, have a lovely day. Well, same to you too. Martha writes, I love the On Being program. Totally agree with that. Like the On Being program with Krista Tippett. Phenomenal. And she's ending it this year, which is too bad. Sharon, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Great to see you tuning in this morning. Shannon, yeah, isn't it a amazing, Shannon, isn't it amazingly powerful, listening to that? Really something else. Carl, are the chunks of light equally distributed? That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't know. And it is kind of interesting, right? Because some people, I think about a diamond. I was thinking yesterday, right? A diamond is precious because somehow we believe it captures light, yet it's tiny. And a diamond is more valuable than a spotlight, right? So even, yeah, has it equally distributed? I guess my two cents is no, but sometimes less light is even more precious, if that makes sense. Like some people I know, they just carry a small little piece of precious, but it's so precious that it just kind of echoes out there into the world. So that's my thought, completely off the top of my head, but that's what I'm thinking today, my California friend. And Sherry, great to see you joining us this morning as well. So, friends, wishing you a great week. I need to say I am behind a little bit on my communication. Remember, you've texted and emailed, etc., and I will be getting to that later this afternoon. Trying to get caught up a little bit, but certainly wishing you all the very best. And I want to just say this: like, God bless. Have a great week. A little Tikkun Olam. See the light. Celebrate the light, and yeah, just see how that goes. Take care. Bye bye.